Hi everybody and welcome to the Confined Kitchen. It's me, Ian Tyson here. Not doing the chef's coat tonight. Thought we needed a little superhero action, so got the Superman apron happening. It's going to be good times. I'm going to try and do something quick, easy, kind of a clean out the fridge scenario, which is obviously in times like these, we're trying to use everything that we've got, and that's something we want to do. So I'm going to make kind of a gourmet mac and cheese. Let's call it a Cordon Bleu mac and cheese. So what we're doing for this Cordon Bleu mac and cheese is we've got some chicken and ham. Again, leftovers. I had ham leftover from Cubano sandwiches the other night, chicken leftover from last night's dinner we're going to cook. I've got some pasta, I've got a whole bunch of different vegetables. We're going to mix it all together and make a cheese sauce, incorporating a little bit of the cheese sauce that I had left over from last night's dinner as well. So we're just kind of putting a whole bunch of leftovers together and going to make something amazing and different. We're going to try and get it inside of 15 minutes, so this can be a one-part episode. So water's already boiling. We're going to take our rotini and put that right in. Well salted water, already to a boil. Just put that right in there and we are going to be good to go. In the meantime, we're also going to get a sauce going. We're just going to start with a simple roux, which is melting some butter, putting a little flour in there. Then we're going to add our liquid, get it thickening, add some cheese and some spices. It'll be delicious. Then we're going to get some of that leftover ham and vegetables going in here. We're going to mix everything together in the pan at the end. It's going to be fantastic. I've got my grill going over here. We're going to get that chicken cooking. That's going to be thrown in at the end. So we have a chicken breast already pounded down, literally punched it while it was in a Ziploc bag. To make it nice and tenderized, we've got just some kosher salt on there and olive oil. Going to put red on the grill over here. Just grilling up the chicken. Pasta's on, chicken's cooking. We're heating up this pot. Make sure you have a whisk handy, and we're going to add a couple of different things. We've got some milk to throw in there as well. We have a chicken stock with garlic that we're going to use as a base for this cheese sauce, so it's going to be awesome. So, pan's getting warm. Going to take about 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter. I use unsalted butter. Right in there. We're just going to let that butter melt quickly and then mix in some flour to make our roux. So we've got that going. We don't want it's already melted down. We don't want to get it too hot. Then we turn that to about a 3/4 heat. Take it off the heat for a second. Grab my unbleached AP flour, all purpose. And start with a little and then keep adding. You just want to get it to a little bit of a paste. So there we've got a bit of a roux. It's a little bit dry, might add a little bit of olive oil into it. Just a little bit more olive oil to that roux. Get it just right and mixed around in there. Now we're going to take some chicken stock. The thing I always suggest when making a sauce, whether it's a cheese sauce or whatever it may be, when you're using a roux, is with your liquid, start with a little and then add as you go. You don't want to have too much, then you got to make another roux and then you don't know what's happening. Pasta's cooking along nicely. Then we're going to get that whisk. We're just going to whisk this all together and get all the lumps out. Nice and smooth, just like that. We'll try some milk now, make that nice and creamy. Again, add a little, and then we're gonna adjust as we go. Get that mixing real nice. For those of you who saw my episode of Wall of Chefs, I was doing this a lot, making a sort of a spicy Alfredo sauce. more. So as that continues to heat up, it's going to thicken. What I'm going to do in the meantime is here's some white cheddar sauce. Now I know Swiss is what we want to do with the Cordon Bleu, which we are going to do on top, because I've got a little bit of Swiss left. So I'm going to do that as the topper, but use a white cheddar sauce. Again, we're trying to repurpose, living that repurposed life, doing all that we can. So I got a little bit of a nice, well-spiced, garlicky white cheddar sauce that I used for dinner last night. This is what's left. So that's going to go right in there and mix straight in with what we already have. Again, just whisk that in. And that's going to add to the thickening because it's already got cheese in it. So as you see, we got a nice consistency there. The other cheese sauce is mixed right in. While we're doing that, we're going to get some things happening in the pan here so that we're good to go when the pasta is all done. So I'm going to warm this pan up. We're going to add some onions that I had left. We've got peppers, a little bit of tomato, some broccoli just to bring some veg in there, and then we've got the ham left over from a roasted ham, and a little bit of that chicken, which is just about ready to go over here. So that chicken's nicely grilled up. We're just going to put that aside, cut it up later, put it right in with everything. Just keep an eye on this pasta so that it doesn't get away from me. You don't want it overcooked. We want to bring it to about an al dente. Put it aside because then we're going to throw it right into the meal pan here and get everything incorporating together. I added just a little bit more of that stock because the sauce was getting a little too thick and we haven't added the cheese yet. So we're going to get that going. So the pan's getting nice and warm here. A little olive oil. Take this onion we've already chopped up. Straight in. As well as the red pepper. Get all of that in there. A little kosher salt, a little fresh ground black pepper. So we're just going to let those cook down a little bit, add some ham. So the other night made Cubano sandwiches for dinner, which was awesome and we loved them. I've got some ham left. I'm just going to make this into some smaller pieces. We're going to throw that right in there, get it cooking. So we're looking at, again, some chunks about like that, okay? So we just got all that going in there. We've almost got the makings of a Western omelet, but that's not what we're going to do. While that heat's nice and high, to incorporate a little bit of flavor, I'm going to put a little bit more of that chicken stock right in there. Now the sauce is nicely thickened, it's warm. We're going to put cheese right in there. I'm just going to grate it straight in. Medium white cheddar. Just get that cheese right in there and let it melt. Going to salt that sauce a little more, a little bit of pepper. Some granulated garlic. And anything else we'll add at the end. Just took a piece of our rotini out. We'll see how we are. Hot. Maybe one more minute, it's going to be good. So we're going to be mixing it in here. Now a good cook always tastes their food. Make sure we're doing okay. Tasting spoon. Yeah. Turn that right down. Perfect amount of salt. Nice cheesy flavor. That's going to go in there. So, as we wait to take that pasta off, ham and peppers and all is good. Let's go just a little bit of tomato, just some stuff that I had left over. We'll throw that in there, as well as that broccoli. And to help with steaming everything, a little bit more of that chicken and garlic. Pasta should be ready in just about al dente now. So we're just going to take this and strain it. So the pasta is strained and rinsed. What you normally want to maybe do is put aside a little bit of that starchy pasta water because it'll help to thicken whatever you're putting into the larger pot here, into this pan. But since we've got a thicker sauce, I'm not going to worry about that today. So we're going to take our chicken, so we've got that nicely cubed. We're going straight in to this meal pan now. So now we've got everything nicely incorporating in this pan right here. So we're just mixing that around. The vegetables are going to be nicely cooked. We're going to put a little bit more of this in here. Just a little bit of that chicken stock. And then we're going to go straight in with the pasta. Now we've got that pasta in there, we're going to mix it around and add the sauce. So we just mix that around, get everything nicely incorporated in there. Give that sauce one more good whisk. Just going to take this straight in there. So we've got our sauce in there, we're just going to mix that right in. So getting that sauce covering everything. It's basically just a majorly kicked up mac and cheese. It's going to be awesome. So now that's all nicely incorporated, we're going to get a couple of shallow pasta bowls and be good to go. So this is all just beautifully incorporated and mixed in. We are looking good and ready to plate. I'm going to grab a slightly larger spoon. We're doling this out. Get one of these. Doing 2 plates because the trusty sidekick is in the house. Now we've got those plated, but we need that Swiss flavor. This is, a French dish with chicken Cordon Bleu, and we're kind of combining it with Italian, but we want to get that Swiss flavor, so we're going to grate the Swiss cheese right on top, and I'm going to use the chef's torch and kind of melt that down. So we've got our Swiss. So we've got that nice melty, that nice Swiss on top of there. We're just going to fire that up, melt it down. It's going to add the nice flavor. That Swiss has a little bit more tang, so that's what we're looking for. I'm fortunate enough to have one of these. If you don't, throw it under a broiler at home and get that melt going, but this is fun toy. Careful playing with fire. Good times. So now we've got a nice melt and a crust on there. It's perfect. So now those are melted. Just for a little extra bit of flavor on the top there, I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit of dried basil. Just gives it a nice bit of presentation there. And just a touch of the ground black pepper. So, using some leftovers in the fridge, trying to repurpose as much as we can, using everything that we've got during this time. We don't want to waste anything. Inexpensive with leftover chicken and ham and some vegetables, pasta, some cheese, adding another cheese sauce I already had, putting all this stuff together. We have Cordon Bleu pasta. We're going to enjoy this. Hope you enjoy yours too. I made this for you. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.